back. But this video is not going to be another haul. It's not going to be an Etsy unboxing. It's going to actually be a story time. So this story time is about the time that my ex-boyfriend threw fruit at my face. Yes, he threw fruit at my face. This is not clickbait because I know how people take, like, domestic violence is a very serious topic, and like clickbaiting just for videos that have nothing to do with what you're talking about is very misleading, and nobody likes anybody that does that. But this is actually a story about that, but I'll get into it. So when I was about in sixth grade, I think, my school, because I went to private school from, like, I think first grade to fifth grade, my school actually closed down. So it was like a private 7-day Adventist, like, little school or whatever. It was like a church school. It was like a church upstairs, and then it was like the school setting for all of the students downstairs. So I went there for a really long time, and I was just more used. We had, like, it would teach us like the Bible, and it was like a really, really religious school. So the school closed down when I was in fifth grade, I guess because it wasn't getting any money. I'm not sure why the school closed down, but the school closed down. So the school closed down in about fifth going to sixth grade. When I was going to middle school, my mom was trying everything in her power not to get me to go to public school, because at the time where I was living, my there was a K-8 school that was like directly across from my house, and my mom tried everything not to let me go to that school. I begged, pleaded, and cried that I wanted to go to this school so bad, yada yada yada. I want to go to public school. I don't want to keep going to this private Christian school. Just let me go to public school. The school is right across the street from me. So in sixth grade, I finally got my wish, and I was able to go to the school that was across the street from my house. So being that I was going from a private Christian school to this public school, it was like I was shell shocked. I was culture shocked. It was so different, guys. So how I mean different is, like, in my old school, like, we could not talk back to the teachers. If you talk back, if you even looked like you wanted to talk back to one of the teachers, you would get your ass suspended, reprimanded. In some cases, this school was one of the principal of the school. She was also like the disciplinarian, if you want to call it that. She would like hit kids. Like, she had this yardstick called the love stick, and certain parents permission to discipline their kids when they got out of hand. My mom ain't like that. She tapped me once in the behind with that damn ruler. My mom came up there and said, "What's good? What? No, no. If I don't hit her at home, then you're not going to hit my kid here." So my mom got that shit together real quick. So like I was saying, she was able to like hit kids when they got out of line or whatever, and for the most part, nobody in the school really got too much out of hand. There weren't too many fights. I can tell you there was like maybe one fight, and I was like in the fifth grade, but you know how stuff like that goes. Anyway, so going from a school where, like, I'm never used to seeing like kids talk back to the teachers or misbehave, curse, or anything like that, I was so shell shocked. I was like, oh my god, what is this? From going to like that to a kid telling, on my first day of school, a kid telling the teacher to shut up. I was floored. I was outdone. I went home and told my mom, like, Mom, I don't know what's going on with these kids. They out here telling the teachers to shut up. I'm like, yes it is. So, me not being used to that, he's talking back. I really was not used to like little boys liking you and wanting to date you or whatever the case may be in fifth and like in grades like that, and like middle school grades. I was not paying boys any attention. I was not worried about little boys or whatever. So, and you know, around that time, that's when you're like, you hit puberty, you start getting boobs, start getting the ass, and you just start looking like a woman. So I wasn't used to any of that, and I really wasn't paying it too much of mine. So whatever. So at that age, I looked like a little girl, basically. Just, I wasn't wearing weave. I did not know anything about makeup or anything like that. And seeing other little girls that did weaves and sew-ins and quick weaves and getting their nails really, really long and just doing whatever they wanted to do at that age, I was just in another place. And talking about sex, like, people, apparently losing your virginity in like the sixth grade is something that was just the norm there. I had no idea that kids was out here like sticking and moving and dodging and flipping it the way they was doing it or the way they claimed they were doing it. So I was a fish out of water. So at that age, I did have like a little bit of a little body going on. I had a little butt. I was just like a little girl, like a girl going through puberty. And I wasn't used to little boys like, oh, she got a fat ass and stuff like that. Oh, I like her. I'm like, excuse me? What? So, I little boys, you don't have, like, you like them, like, you have your little schoolyard crushes, like, Tee, I think he's so cute and stuff like that. But I really was never like, oh my God, like most of the girls in my grade, they were like, oh, this is my boyfriend, I'm going over his house, did it and stuff. I'm just like, the fuck? Bitch, what? And like, it was just a whole new thing for me. So, me being like the new girl, everybody was like, oh my God, look at the new girl. Yes, I actually really did get bullied a whole lot. I'm going to make a separate story time about being bullied, but right now I'm just going to talk about, so I was a new girl, everybody was just like, oh, she had a fat ass, this, that, and the third. So I was a new girl, everybody was just like, oh, she had a fat ass, this, that, and the third. So there was this one boy that liked me, and he didn't, like, I didn't know he liked me. I just thought he just was another boy in my class. He was just a badass. The boy was a badass. He was one of those kids that would, like, when he got suspended from school and came back, he would be suspended again, coming back from being suspended. So how the hell do you get suspended after being suspended? You would come back the same day from being suspended and then get your ass suspended again. He was just a badass. He would always talk back, class clown, all, like, everybody just liked him. He was so, like, popular and stuff because he dressed nice and he was funny and he was a badass. He would always get in trouble. He was always just doing shit. So I had a note from one of my little friends, and she was like, oh, Tori, Brandon likes you. And I'm like, Brandon? He's really mean to me. Like, I never really thought that this boy liked me or anything like that. So we have a guest, guys. This is Nicole. Say hi, Nick. Today too, so I will continue the story time with her. So I was like, oh, Brandon likes me. What? I do think he's kind of cute and he likes me, so why not? And you know this is old school, old as hell. So you know back in the day they would send you notes like, do you want to go out and meet, yes or no, with little boxes. He sent me a note and I checked off yes that I do want to be your girlfriend. And then that was it. We were just going, we were dating. We were dating. So one day in the lunchroom, everybody was like, oh, Tori, you and Brandon go, like, it spread like wildfire, and it was our 6th grade class and it was another 6th grade class, and it spread like wildfire that me and Brandon were dating. And yes, this is his actual name. Yes, that's his real name. Time went on. I guess Brandon wanted to talk to another little girl in our class, and he broke up with me. So he breaks up with me, and I guess he started talking to one of the other girls in our class. And as time grew on, I guess we were like being mean to each other. He would say something to me, I would ignore him. I would say something to him, he would ignore me. He would like make jokes, like bully me and shit like that, just being an ass. So we were just being like mean to each other. So one day in the lunchroom while we were eating lunch, we had I forgot what we were eating that day, but we did have an apple with our lunch. And Brandon, he was in a bad mood for whatever reason. Why he was in a bad mood, I don't fucking know why he was in a bad mood in the 6th grade. Maybe from all that bullshit he was doing, just being bad and shit, but whatever. So he was in a shitty mood, and I just did not want to be bothered with him in his shitty mood. And I was just enjoying my lunch, talking to my little girlfriends and stuff, and he was like, Tori, do you have a piece of gum? Tori, do you have a piece of gum? And I was just like, because I guess I was the designated gum girl. Like, everybody knew I had bubble gum. Have gum, you're just like, you're the shit if you have gum. I don't know. But anyway, so he's like, Tori, do you have gum? Tori, do you have gum? And I just was steady ignoring him, not paying him any attention, guys. Just ignoring his ass. So I'm still talking to my little girlfriends, and then I feel something really hard and blunt hitting the side of my face. My mom, that's when the first time I got my first cartilage pierced. So it was, I believe it was on my back, y'all. No, it was on this side. It was on this side of my face. And I had my first cartilage piercing. It was on this side, and it was like in the middle of my ear. So the way I was sitting and the way he was sitting, the apple flew and hit me right in the head with the new cartilage piercing. And I'm like, what's going on? I look over and I got hit in the head with a damn apple. Right in the cartilage piercing. So it's bleeding. I'm upset. I'm crying. My face is red. My little friends are like, oh my God, Tori, are you okay? Are you okay? They're like, Brandon, why did you do that? You're such an asshole. Why did you do that? She just got her ear pierced. They were like, he was like, oh, well, I didn't mean to hit her in the head with the apple. She was just ignoring. I was trying to get her attention. I was trying to like throw it at her arm or something, which was a bunch of bullshit. My arm and my head are two different things, and he's kind of sort of athletic. So like, bitch, you meant to hit me in the head with that goddamn apple. So whatever. So once again, I was crying. I just did not know. So my little friends took me to the bathroom. They were like, oh my God, Tori, your ear is bleeding. You should go to the office and tell on him. And I was like, I don't know what to do because like I kind of still sort of like him and I don't want to get him in trouble. He just came back from being suspended. My little friends were like, forget that. He just threw an apple at you and embarrassed you in front of the whole lunchroom. You need to go tell on him. And I was like, oh, well, something else after he done hit me in the damn head with the apple. So, I mean, after I composed myself and I came back to the lunchroom, one of the security guards watched. So, she actually saw what happened, and some other kids in our lunchroom also saw what happened, and they went to go tell. So, when I got back, they were like, oh, Tori, don't worry about him. He's in the office now. He's going to get in trouble. He's going to get in trouble. So I felt really bad. I didn't want him to get in trouble, but then again, I was pissed off because I was embarrassed. For his punishment, I don't think he got suspended. I think he had to eat lunch in the main office where the principal was. He had to eat lunch in the principal's office for the rest of the school year. And then after that, I think me and him ended up, after everything blew over, I think me and him ended up squashing the beef. And then we were fine from 6th grade to 7th grade, and in 8th grade he actually moved to another state. And then when he came back, when I was a senior in high school, me and him actually really did get back together, and we actually really did date, and that was my first boyfriend, my first love. He was my first everything. So yes, and we're not together anymore, but that was my first boyfriend, and we met in middle school. And my ex did hit me in the head with an apple. Even though the relationship back then, it wasn't really a relationship, we did end up, when we got together, I was 17 and he was 18, because I think he's a year older than me. So he did, when he came back, he transferred from his school, which was in another state, and he went to my high school. We went to prom together. We finished our senior year together. We dated for maybe, I think, a year and a half. So yeah, and we keep in touch. We're decent. We're cool. So even though we're not together, and I see him from time to time, it's no hard feelings or anything like that. But yes, her ex-boyfriend hit me in the damn head with an apple. I hope you guys enjoy my story time. It might be a little bit all over the place, but just let me know if you guys liked it, disliked it, and please tell me if you like these kind of videos, because I have a shitload of stories to tell you guys, a whole bunch of random shit, funny shit, sad shit. So just let me know if you guys want to hear the rest of my story times. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.